Sammy, brother, Sammy T. Thank you, brother. Thank you for sitting down with me. Thank you for coming down and joining. This is going to be season 2 of Beyond the Heavy, right?
Nice.
So
Congratulations,
yeah,
season 2.
thank you, brother. Thank you so much. No, and thank you and congratulations, you guys, for you as you were we were talking pre-interview, pre-record, right? That you've been in since 2008. You said 2000
The band started 2005. It
2005. Okay.
started in a small laptop that I had. So
There you go. There you go. Yeah, yeah. So let's, I mean, just give me the overview, brother. Give me the story, give me the history, I mean, what drew you to continue to go this long, right? Into in the how it all started.
I moved to LA around 03, 04 from Oklahoma, and then I have a cousin here who plays in bands, and he's a badass bass player, sort of like it's just really funky guy, funky bass playing. And then obviously when I come to LA, it's natural for him and I just hanging out and start playing. And then we said like, hey, let's do a band, and that band becomes a funk rock. And I'm guy with the chunky guitars, and
Mhm.
he's with a funk band. The vision that I had back then was sort of like uh, uh, infectious grooves.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's what we envision.
There we go. That's how you know you're a cultured man, my friend. Shout out to
Eh,
that. Because everyone looks at suicidal, right? All suicidal, and then
ex-
but you're like, no, no, no. Infectious grooves is where it's
nah,
at.
in
Yeah,
infectious. Psycho Michael with Robert Trujillo,
there we go.
and that's the common love that I have with him. And then and then other people joining in. And while we play live, I can do the chunky chunk stuff, right? Because that's
Uh-huh.
what I love. I
Mm,
cannot deny who I am, right?
no.
Because in Oklahoma I play metal too. So I, so after that band becomes more solid in sound, uh all of a sudden the singer actually left. So
Mm,
the singer left, and everybody look at each other like, where do we go from here?
mm.
Because we don't want to stop this train, sort of. So I step into the plate and becomes the singer, because
Ah.
I could sing, and and they need somebody who can kind of take control in front. So I said, I'll do it. So I put my guitar down. So obviously now I don't have the guitar in my hand. I miss it so much after playing with them, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So on
Yeah.
the side, I start making demos for this project in my head. I want to start going with the heavy stuff again. So I start writing these songs, and this moniker that I use. I have a name that I like, REOG,
Mm,
and I tell you why I like that name. But
mm.
ever since I got this demo, and that funk band actually started dwindling down, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start doing this heavy metal stuff, and started with that. That was '05, man, and it's still going strong till now.
Yeah.
And just real going back, what the name REOG is and what it means. It's REOG. I figure out like I need a name that kind of like that can create discussion. To
Mhm.
create what is REOG? Somebody would ask me that. That was something that I got inspired by Sepultura, actually, because
Okay.
when you hear Sepultura, I was like, what the heck is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the
Yeah.
name alone create that question. I don't know how many times Max Cavalera had to explain that, but
Probably
you know
a
what I mean?
thousand times.
Thousand times,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I have in mind. And also that's something that can represent my background and culture,
Mhm.
and start questioning stuff. It opened up discussion, it opened up this dialogue. So
Yeah.
I and also I pick, instead of Sepultura, which is so many letters, I pick 4 letters that you can say, Ryog. And
Mhm.
in every language got their own way of saying those four letters. So, anyways, long story short, REOG is a traditional Indonesian dance from
Mm.
Java that the star of this dance is actually a creature.
Oh,
Uh,
whoa.
it's a creature that's kind of like amalgamation of a a person with a tiger head and a peacock. So that alone is visually striking.
Yeah.
Lots of colors. And what I love about it is just the combination of tiger and peacock. You know, I love the Guns and Roses, you know,
Mhm,
and
mhm, mhm.
you know the
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So the heavy and the soft, because I love heavy metal, but I'm not an angry guy. I love ballads too.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
combination, why are we limiting uh, your myself on what to write? I love all genres of metal. I listen to all kind of stuff. That kind of opens up whatever on the plate. We can do whatever. So the first demo, actually not in Spotify. The first demo was more like thrashy
Mhm, mhm.
songs, and then once we refined the sound, we got the, you know, Four Flowers, and that's sort of like the true beginning of the band in a way. And ever since then, those songs we still play now because it's just the stuff we love.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of like a little bit like before we were talking. You're like part of the greatest hits, your favorites, right?
Correct.
The
So
Sammy T greatest hits.
yes. So that's how it is. So we have three releases on Spotify or YouTube, whatever outlet that you're listening to, and we're actually working on this new album with the guys that we have now. The guys that we have now actually have been with the band since about around what 2013, 2014. So they're actually
Mm,
longest than anybody else in the band.
okay.
So they're
So
they
yeah,
own these songs now, you know.
yeah, they're in it for the long haul, and which is
Exactly.
yeah, which is fantastic because I mean sometimes when you have bands that are in that have been together for more than 5 6 years, you start seeing the rotation, right?
Yes.
You get a Megadeth situation going on.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So
Correct.
I mean, kudos to you guys for keeping the consistency, right? And
Yes.
it's not to say anything bad about anybody, like right, you know, people have families, right? Some things
Correct.
happen, you know, and
We
but it,
understand, you know.
exactly. Yeah. And it's a family and then you guys are there for each other as long as, you know, the music is there, everything is there too. So I kudos to you guys. Much respect for that.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. It's because this thing is just it's passion work. Everybody got our day jobs and whatnot, but still, we gather every week and write songs and play and jam and just work the music part. You know, it makes LA bearable.
Yeah. And kind of like we were talking before, I mean, I'm down the street, so I'm feeling that heat too, man. I'm right next
Yeah,
to San Bernardino, so I'm like, oh God, you know.
you know what I'm talking
I
about.
know
So
exactly what you're talking about, brother. But one of the songs that really caught to me when I was reviewing you guys' music and stuff was New Light.
hmm
Was off the For the Flowers album, the third song,
yes.
and it I really liked it, man. Like it really
Oh, thanks, man.
the groove and just I love the positivity behind it, right?
Yes,
I mean that's how I interpret it,
that's
right? Everyone has
and
a different interpretation, but
and I love that
yeah.
because it came from that it came from that spirit. It's I sometimes I introduce that song as this next song is about uh uh, uh the hope that comes from perseverance, because that's what that song is all about, at least for me. You can take it
Yeah.
however you want, but new light, everything, it depends on how you things when you're down, when you're beat up, you just got to get up and see things in new light. It's always about opening up your eyes and see things positively. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love it, man. And I think and that's one of the things I was talking about with another person I was interviewing, another band that we were talking about. I was like, metal has a lot of like, you know, the demons and then the hatred
yes,
and the anger.
yes,
And that's cool, man. We can
that's
talk about
cool.
it's cool, man. But
That's cool.
I think we got metal needs some of the positivity too, man.
Yes,
Like, yeah,
yes.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm I'm down with all that stuff because it's cool. It's so much fun. I mean, if you want a gory stuff, I'm a huge Carcass fan.
Oh, there we
That's
go.
so
Yeah.
so it's you go listen to their stuff and you just it, you imagine things, you know, you're in a morgue and start dissecting bodies and, you
Yeah.
know, exhume bodies because that's the story they want to tell, and that's
Yeah.
fun, you know, just like
Yeah.
you want to go to I'm gonna age myself here. You want to go to Blockbuster,
Oh, hey, I worked at
and then
Hollywood Video, so we're here. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. Yeah,
and
don't let this
then
fool you,
and then,
man.
and then you start going from shelves to shelves and just pick up. What do I want to watch tonight? I want a horror. I want to,
Yeah.
31 flavors. Pick them all up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, looking at metal, I mean, there's probably more than 31 flavors. We got a lot.
Yeah, and then people can do the angry stuff. They can growl, they can scream, whatever. But I like to sing. I like to have that songs. I like the, uh, from Dio to David Coverdale
Oh,
to,
wow.
oh yeah, to Vince Neil stuff to even Journey, man.
Oh, dude, don't even don't. We could talk about Journey for an hour, bro. I'm serious. Like my love for Journey runs so deep. It's not even funny,
Oh,
man.
I
Yeah,
love them. And then Anthrax, one of the bands that I put in a pedestal.
yeah.
If you know the story, right?
Mm,
Joey Belladonna, when he auditioned for the band, he actually sang "My Sherry."
yeah.
And
He
that
was a roadie too.
exactly. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
it. I love that stuff. So the
yeah,
way
yeah.
I look at it, I'm gonna sing the way I like. The way I am, and then whatever comes out comes out. So we have this heavy riffage on the top. I just sing the way I feel, and most of the time it's people can say like, "Oh, you don't have the power," and I'm like, yeah, you can interpret it that way, but I sing it like Steve Perry."
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I mean, but that's the thing. That's the good thing because when I was listening to your guys' music and stuff like that, I mean, you guys come in with the riffage, right? As you said, the
Yes,
chugs
the
and you
chugs.
and the shredding. I was like, damn, you guys are melting my face.
Yes, it's all about that stuff.
It's like almost like I don't know, like it's a very melodic thrash, I guess you would say,
Yes,
almost. Yeah, because the choruses are nice. I'm waiting for the chorus, and you guys do a phenomenal way of
thank you,
transitioning
thank you.
into that, which is not easy. I mean, it might come natural for you guys, but for me to write something, I'm like, oh my god, how am I going to do this? Like, Hey everybody, jumping in real quick just to let you know about today's sponsor, Metal and Iron. Are you a gym goer? Do you like listening to metal? Do you like lifting heavy? Well, Metal and Iron's got you covered with shirts and designs that are there to let people know that you're about the heavy lifestyle. None of this Gymshark shit, none of this Adidas, Nikes, nah, you're there to lift the heavy shit. So check it out. Use the code Beyond Heavy for 15% off and let them know Mayhem sent you. So I
No,
mean,
New
much
Light.
much love for
We
that.
love New Light. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
warms my heart this Saturday morning.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, talk to me about like, I know you we're doing guitar and singing, correct? If I'm
Yes,
yeah.
I'm doing guitar and singing. Correct.
Okay, okay. So are you doing rhythm? You doing leads too?
Mostly, I do rhythm 99.9% of the time, so I can
Gotcha.
focus on the singing, and
Hmm.
then between singing and then play rhythm, and controlling the crowd, bringing the show because I need all that attention. I need all that energy. So leads, I can give it all to Richard, which is this guy's phenomenal. If you
I
see him play,
I heard him play.
yes, if you see him play, he's just phenomenal. He got the degree in classical music,
Ah,
and he
there it is.
plays
Yeah.
he
Now he
plays
knows.
traditional classical guitar. So and translated to ripping guitar is just amazing. He could go days on end, shredding your heads off. So
Yeah, 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 and that's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. Because that I love hearing about like the virtuosos and then the riff guys. You know what I mean? And we come
correct,
together. We come
correct.
together and just make awesome, awesome stuff, right?
That's the stuff we
Yeah,
love.
yeah, yeah. Because there's guys that I know, they're like, oh, hey, what key are you in? I'm like, dude, I don't know. Let me Google it real quick. You know? Yeah,
I
right
have
here.
no idea.
No
Yeah,
idea.
no
Yeah, but
idea.
these
It
guys are like,
sounds
oh,
cool.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Because I grew up in the time where YouTube was just coming out, right?
Yes, yes,
And all I did was just watch Jimi Hendrix and watch Cliff Burton.
yes.
Going back to the tapes of Cream and Black Sabbath and stuff.
Oh
All I
yeah.
did was just watch. So I don't know what key you're in. I don't know what we're doing. I just know it's heavy.
Yes, your gut's telling you it's heavy, it's good, it's catchy. Let's repeat that riff. That's all it
Exactly.
is.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, did you? So, kind of coming from the same boat on that. Is that? So you're self-taught, right? Just kind of coming up and stuff. What were some of the things that you were doing to increase, your skills on guitar, or just kind of learn?
So, but when I start learning guitars, it's interesting. I came originally from Indonesia.
Mhm.
The name REOG is Indonesian, Javanese name. I came from Indonesia to study here in Oklahoma, out of all places. But in Oklahoma, in Stillwater, Oklahoma, there's not much. If anybody
Mm,
been there, so I'm out there,
yeah.
and I'm like I love to sing before, but then I had a guy, a friend who comes on weekends, and he brings his guitar, and we would sing, just jamming whatever songs we want to sing. And then all of a sudden he started coming to my dorm room, and I said, "Hey, what happened, man?" And he was busy, and I said, "Can I borrow your guitar?" So I started late. I started, first years of college to learn how to play guitar. And
Oh,
that's
okay.
from, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if the website's still around. It's Harmony Central.
Harmony
Harmony
Center. No,
Central.
no, I didn't get that.
Harmony
I didn't. I,
Central.
I didn't
So
get to that one.
this is one of the first sites to put tabs. So that's
Okay.
how I learned play guitar. So
Hmm. Okay.
probably way before YouTube, certainly. So
Yeah.
that's how I
Yeah.
learned, like, how to play, and then it catches on real quick. So I'm totally self-taught. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time.
No,
I still
but
don't.
but it sounds like you know what you're doing.
Fake it till you make it, brother.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, what as you were learning guitar, right? What are some of the influences that you had to that contributed to your style right now, and that contributes to real?
Oh, so I the usual suspects. I
Mm,
started my journey of heavy metal with Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue.
mm.
My mom bought a Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction from when she was buying meat at the market. So I said,
Oh, no
"Mom,"
way. That's so cool. That's
I
cool.
said,
Yeah.
"if you stop by, if you pass a cassette tape store, do you mind picking this up? There's this band
Uh-huh.
called Guns N' Roses." She said, "Okay, if I do, I don't, And then
Yeah.
she did, and then she
Oh, no
actually stopped
way.
by, and then she's like, "Here, I got the tape." I was like, "Whoa!" And I listened to it on and on and on, and then the next album was Doctor Feelgood. So those
Oh,
two
okay.
albums I started with. After that, it's Metallica, Justice for All,
The best one.
and the best
We got it.
one.
I'm a Cliff guy. I'm a Cliff bass player, right? Cliff guy. Injustice for All. They were hungry, man. They were
They were
angry.
hungry. It's like they want to encapsulate everything that they know from those three albums and
Yeah.
make this epic, pummeling to the head album. It's
Yeah.
it's nonstop, but yet it's not tiring. That's the thing.
You said it best. It's not tiring, because they knew when to slow down. They know when to break down. They,
Oh,
they
dude,
know
it's
when to pull back. And I'm like, that to me, if I'm telling you, I'm a big I prefer Megadeth over Metallica. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. But I mean, if Injustice for All had a better bass mixing and mastering,
yeah,
they would have
yeah,
took the cake. They
yeah,
would have took it. They would have won.
yeah.
They would have won. But you
And then
know,
going
yeah.
back to Megadeth,
Mm,
I'm always torn between those two because I love Megadeth songwriting,
mhm.
and Dave Mustaine writes the
Oh, he's a
song. The
madman.
song is just, it's so badass. And then it- during those years, they came out with the uh, uh, what is the album for Hangar 18, all
Oh,
all
rest in
punishment is
peace.
Rust in
Yeah,
Peace. There you go. I
yeah,
don't know why,
yeah.
But yeah, those are the albums. And then I found out about Anthrax because all those guys, if you think about it, all the
Hmm.
big four, they got the aggressive vocals, the aggressive riffing, and then here comes this East Coast band with all smiles in their faces, their shorts,
Yeah.
and and singer who can sing beautifully.
Oh
So
yeah,
I always
Joey.
love that stuff.
Joey is one of the most underrated singers of all heavy
I
metal.
100% agree.
The guy is phenomenal. I'm so glad he's back in the. I mean, they had great singers. That's the thing that
Correct.
Anthrax knows how to pick singers,
Yeah.
but specifically like Anthrax, I think out of all of them are the most musically talented one. Like the real like, I mean,
Yes.
Dave Mustaine's phenomenal. Metallica. We already said it. Slayer's Slayer.
Yes. Slayer. Slayer.
Slayer's always Slayer. We're not taking anything away from them, but Anthrax is just it's gonna be quality. You know what I mean? Every
Correct.
album is gonna be quality. Yeah. So I
Correct.
agree with you on that, man.
So yeah, and that's the stuff I grew up with, and I tend to just want to recreate or write the songs that I want to hear, and those guys are in the pantheon of heavy metal for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I wanna ask you, so since you and I are kind of cut from the same cloth, right? We're
yes,
influenced by the same stuff. Where do you see how do you feel about the scene now? Right?
ah,
How do you feel about what's going on? Because I don't think there is going to be another big four, right? I don't know about that. I mean,
I don't think so because just the
yeah.
internet spread it out to all kind of stuff, which is good and bad. But
Hmm. Hmm.
the way I look at metal nowadays is interesting because one thing I love how technically proficient peop guys are nowadays. But what's missing to me is the songs.
Hmm.
That's why
Hmm.
I always go back to the to the greats because at the end of the day, the songs is what you remember. I mean,
Yeah.
you can riff all day, but you always when you listen to the White Snake. I still follow White Snake still now, and then
Hmm.
they still have that songs that familiar but yet new sound. It's a song to sing along that you can sing along to, sing along when you go to concert. Uh, 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 that's where I think it's missing.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
You know,
The
and
anthems.
the
Yeah.
anthems like Ozzy. Ozzy is huge for me too because my voice is kind of like Ozzy don't do dirt voice,
Yeah. Yeah.
unlike Dio got that grunt. I don't have
Yeah.
that grunt when I
Hmm.
sing. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Ozzy,
Yeah.
Ozzy have that soaring vocals and I think that's what's missing nowadays. Just songs people focusing on more aggressive, more fast, more whatever
Yeah.
blank blank, but people forgot how to write songs. That's how
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. And I think some of these young cats, they're bringing it back.
Yes,
Some of the bands that I've
that's
interviewed, and
definitely.
I think but it's just, I think as you said, it's a detriment to them because there's so much now, right?
Mhm.
There's so much access to them, and there's so many other bands, but it's just promoting yourself, right? And then just getting
Yeah.
it out there, because I mean, I really want to hope and still in the new cats and stuff that we do have maybe a big four coming around, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I think right now we would probably think of what like Lamb of God, Trivium, those kind of guys. But again, you could write that type of stuff for so long where even some of the audience is just like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I've had buddies that are hardcore Lamb of God fans, and they're like, man, I'm just not, it's not kicking anymore, man. Like,
Yeah.
no disrespect to them or
Oh
anything. I
yeah.
love them. Yeah, but
I love
yeah,
them and thank God for them to show up
exactly.
because it's
Yeah.
like they carrying that flags.
Yeah.
Trivium, you can I remember in the beginning people slagging off Trivium because they label them Metallica wannabe. I was like, who doesn't want to be Metallica, man? You know, but
Yeah.
but look
Yeah.
at them. Every album is different. It's a
Yeah.
challenge. I don't even know how they do it.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a band specifically for me where I was like, I'm not into it too much. Not
Mm,
like
mm,
because they want to be metallic, and
mm.
it wasn't connecting with me, right?
I
But
see.
it's just like as musician, I know Matt Huffy and those guys are
Oh yeah.
phenomenal
Oh
musicians,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like what kind of like what you were saying is like we don't have anybody else waving the flag. right?
Correct.
No one has really stepped up yet. We haven't
Correct.
seen it yet, you know. So I
Correct.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why when again going back to this the greats, it's like when Pantera decided they're gonna play again with
Mm.
these two guys who very deserving to be in the band. People slagging them off too, and
Well, what are you?
I'd rather them to play, because I'm a huge Pantera
Yeah,
fan.
yeah, yeah. Okay, what? Let's dish a little bit up of Pantera because that's my band too, man. That's the groove,
There you
the
go.
King of
It's the
Groove, you
groove.
know.
Yep.
But how do you feel about the reunion? I know that's a hot topic right now. That's like,
Very very hot
yeah,
topic.
yeah, yeah.
I've seen Pantera in Dallas hometown show, so
Oh,
it's
where you're lucky. So
it's yeah, it was it's amazing. The
yeah, yeah,
it's pummeling, but a pleasure of pummeling. And then
yeah,
that groove is so thick. For people forget about the groove, man.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
there's so
yeah.
much funk in their music because it's just you could feel it bounce. and
Oh yeah,
and the way I see it when well, back then around 99 98 when uh Zach Walt started with BLS.
hmm
Uh,
hmm
what I remember is him and Dimebag. That's the poster on my wall in my
Oh,
in my
nice, nice.
apartment. So those two are brothers. So and they always. I know for sure back then Zach Walt would spend time in Dallas, Arlington, and hang out at the Dimebag's ranch, and then vice versa. Whenever Dimebag come to LA, he would hang out with Zach. They were the same age. They're about the same uh, position in terms of the musical career position. One
Yeah,
one guy got plucked out from New Jersey, and the other one is out there doing heavy metal in Dallas Arlington area.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I'm all for Zach, and I'm all for Charlie Benante, because during the years that Anthrax was struggling, those albums after White Noise, they got the I think Behind the Eight Ball or something like that, and
Oh, and then
then
like persistence of time, a
Persons
little.
of Time and
Yeah,
Stomp
yeah,
442. The Dimebag was the lead guitar player, so
yeah, yeah.
so
And people don't know
people
that.
don't know
Yeah,
that. So it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
the that's why these two guys are so deserving to be in the band, and people can call it however they want, tribute or whatever. I'm just glad those songs are being played again with the veracity that it deserves.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, nobody else more deserving, right? Nobody else
Yes,
more.
no,
Yeah, like
nobody else.
I mean, anybody could. We have again back to YouTube, TikTok. We have anybody that could play the same stuff,
Correct.
but it's the sentimental value that it's them. You
The
know what I mean?
history, they have the history
Yeah,
with those two guys.
yeah, yeah. I never got to see Pantera. I got into Pantera right like maybe a year before Dimebag passed away, and
Uh-huh.
everything. So I didn't get that chance. But I would love to see them play, and people were like, oh, it's a cash grab and this and that. I'm like, why do we got to
I don't
turn it
care.
into that, brother?
I don't care.
Yeah,
Cash
dude, like,
cash grab, good for them.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day.
It
Well, I
is
mean,
what it is.
it's funny because the same guys are like, oh, well, Pantera, they're just doing it for the money and Phil and this. I'm like, but you guys
I
are
don't
the
I don't
same.
care.
Hey, who cares? The same guys that are paying that are gonna pay for Metallica. You guys, Metallica's are charging like $1,000 for like
Yes.
VIP. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
either way, these guys are gonna get money. Doesn't matter.
Yes. Yes. All
you
all
know.
I care all I care is this, really simple, very
Yeah.
basic, is I the first songs of Fantera that I listened to was actually This Love. And
Okay.
This Love, that's the very first one. I remember listening to it from a radio in Indonesia.
Oh, no way.
And oh yeah, all the way there. And then the I remember the DJ was saying, "Here's a band from Dallas, US, and you won't believe this song." So that opening, dun, 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 and I thought like, "Oh, it's a ballad, okay."
Uh,
And it like,
yeah,
but up,
yeah,
and then it's
yeah,
like, "Whoa, look at this!"
yeah.
And then I still remember vividly, man, because I got this speakers, the old tape deck that I had, and I
hmm
spread out the speakers in my room, turn off the light, and just listen to radio show, because every Thursday on in my town,
hmm
every Thursday night uh, uh, what is the name? Mustang FM 105.5.
Mhm.
Thursday night at 9 to 12. It's all metal.
Nice. We
This is
missed
in
that. We need that, man. We need to
this
bring
this
that
is
shit back.
this is in
Yeah,
this was
man.
in Jakarta, Indonesia. It's like,
Wow.
so
Wow.
metal is universal, man. Metal is
Absolutely.
universal. You go
Absolutely.
anywhere in the world, there are kids who's like, oh, I love that Iron Maiden song, blah blah blah. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
he speaks English or not. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, and you know what? Shout out to Indonesia, man, because there's some heavy stuff coming out of there, man.
Yes,
There's a brutal death metal scene coming out, and then
correct.
the artists that are coming out, because I was in contact with a Indonesian artist as well.
Oh, nice, cool, man.
And he was like, he's like, oh, check out my band. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, like
Oh yeah,
what's
they
going on?
got good ones.
Oh
They
yeah,
got
no,
they got
they're
the
slamming out there.
Burger Kill,
Mhm.
Burger Kill. Funny name, killer music. Burger
Yeah.
Kill, Dead Squad, uh,
Oh yeah,
uh,
Death Squad. I
uh,
heard Death Squad. I've heard of Death
Dead
Squad. Yeah,
Squad,
yeah, yeah.
badass.
Dude, those guys, Jesus Christ, man. I'm like, you guys win. You guys have it.
They just played. So there was a concert really last night LA time, which is still, during the day in Saturday in Indonesia. They had
Mhm.
a huge heavy metal concert yesterday, and it's called Hammer Sonic, and Violence is in there. I think Trivium is in there, and the
Ah,
headliner is
I can't get
Slipknot.
away from them. Just kidding.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere, man. I'm gonna run into them. I'm like, dude, I feel like I already know you, dude. You know, I was like, I
Yeah.
only like one of your albums, but hey, come here, let me hug you. Come here, you know.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
yeah, that's the stuff. I mean, in it's the appeal of heavy metal is just international, man. That's how it
It
is.
is, brothers. It is. But I want to bring it back to you guys, man.
Okay.
I see. I saw that from 2020. No, no, no. From 2020, 18, 2019, 2020, 18. Like I don't know how to talk. But you guys had some shows. You guys were literally like headlining. You guys
Yeah,
were busy in those
yeah,
years, man. And I see that there was a little stop because of the pandemic, right?
correct,
You
correct.
know, how did the pandemic affect you guys? How did you guys handle that as a band? You know, transitioning into now because you guys are ready to rock and roll. You
Oh
guys
yeah.
recording, yeah. But how
So
did it affect you guys?
what's interesting is John, the drummer, John Asher, joined the band just before the pandemic.
Hmm, hmm,
Just before the pandemic. So we were booked to play at least 10 shows at the beginning of 2020, because we got new drummers, new killer drummer,
hmm.
and we booked all these shows, and a pandemic happened. So what we did was we actually write new songs. So
Oh,
we have uh, another album coming right after this
hmm.
greatest hits album, which we're gonna call, by the way, that we're gonna call, it's gonna be self-titled REOG, because
Okay, nice,
that's kind
nice.
of encapsulate what we had done since 2010 till now,
Hmm,
and we're like, this is REOG. This is encapsulating all the stuff we love from that chapter, and we're ready to go to the next chapter with myself and Ralph on bass, and Richard on lead guitars, and John, and we have bunch of songs ready for the second album, and that even it in a way it's like we're knee deep and working on this collection album,
hmm.
re-recorded album, but our heads is already on the new song, so we actually play these songs that never been heard yet, and shows, because they're we love them already.
Mm,
It gets the crowd going regardless
yeah,
whether you heard it or not before. So
yeah,
that's how it is. It's just
yeah,
natural during those downtime during the pandemic. We jam out the old stuff and then we're working on the new stuff. So that's
yeah.
the 1 year of creating new songs.
Yeah, and that's a good year, man. That's a time to I think a lot of people kind of reflected and was like, hey, okay, well, if we're not doing nothing, we got to create something, right?
Absolutely,
You know, if
absolutely.
we're not distracted anymore, right? We
Correct.
have that ability to sit down and kind of be present with the music, right? And just handle
Yeah.
business. Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited to hear the new stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
We
oof.
we got we the new stuff is even to me is even even more ferocious, more melodic, more
Yeah.
catchy, and it's all of the stuff we love.
Hmm.
Riffage, that sing along song.
There we go
That's
with the big choruses. Yeah, yeah.
with the big choruses always.
I want
It's
to.
like would
Yeah,
Bon Jovi or Ozzy approve this? That's how it
yeah.
is.
There we go. There we go. Europe, or as you
Will
said, Germany.
Europe absolutely.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a big Europe fan too, dude.
Me
Man,
too. They need to
I
tour US more, man.
they do, don't they, man? Thank
They
you. Someone
yes.
admits it. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
These
They
guys, I'm
do.
like, we got fans here. You guys, come here. I'll pay. I don't care. Like,
And you know what? Their new
mm,
stuff is even better than the 80s stuff.
you know what? Dude, they're like wine. They're like wine, brother. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, dude. They don't miss a beat, dude. I remember.
There's
Oh, dude.
just heavier and more melodic.
Yeah.
Joey Tempest and uh, those guys are just wild. I just
Yeah.
absolutely love the band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely love the
No,
band.
and underrated too. Underrated.
Underrated.
Nobody talks about them anymore.
They people the thing is with people that's all they hear, which is the final countdown carry, but yet the
Oh,
new
dude,
catalog, oh my gosh,
get that out of here. I mean, it's
yeah,
great. It's good.
it's
It's good,
great,
but
but the
it's
new
not.
stuff, oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, dude. When I was listening to Signs of the Times with that piano beginning, I'm like,
Oof.
oh, like,
Yes, I got
yeah, man.
chills you mentioning this. I
Is
got
this kind
chills
of
listening
yeah?
because
Shit, man.
that's how good Europe is.
Yeah, and no, shout out to Europe,
Shout out
the
to Europe.
band. Well, the place too, but
The
but shout out to
place.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. But I mean, kind of going back to the recording stuff, dude. I want, what studio are we using? What are we looking at in the sense of like production wise, right? Are we up in
Ah,
the level? Are we? You talk to me. Talk.
tracking we do it ourselves because we nowadays we got the tools. Everybody can do it in the convenient of their house and
Hmm.
just record it however whenever they can, whenever they want. So that takes actually just very convenient versus working it out in studios. And then we're actually shopping for mixer mastering guys that would do it with us. We almost signed up with one guy we had in mind, but then we think, you know what? Why are we holding only to that guy? And I know he got a name behind him. He's pretty well known in the world of heavy metal for mixing and mastering, but we're open right now. So if
Yeah.
anybody have any interest to mix and master for REOG, hit us
Hey,
in reogmusic.com. You got we got our email there. Just hit us up.
I'm putting in the show notes.
There you
But
go.
hey, we'll talk after, Mister Sammy T, because I got somebody for you. I got
All
somebody
right.
for you. Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Sweet.
yeah, yeah. He's down the road from me. Good guy. I'll tell.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
So
the good
yeah.
thing is too, you're familiar with our stuff, so you can kind of like give him the preface first.
Oh
Or
no, no, no. This gentleman. Why am I hiding it? Like his name's Kyle.
okay.
Mr. Kyle, he was actually on Beyond the Heavy too. So I did an
Oh,
episode
sweet.
with him.
All
He's
right, we'll talk.
we'll talk after. We'll talk.
All
Shout out to
right.
Kyle though. Kyle,
All right.
love you, brother.
All right. All
Um,
right. I'm looking forward to this.
is yeah, yeah. So I mean,
Good.
but okay, so we're looking for, the production, upping it and everything, doing it from
Yes.
home, which is kind of
Yes.
again the convenience factor,
The
right?
convenience
Is
factor.
yeah, yeah. And I think, I mean, as musicians sometimes we convenience is okay.
Oh, you're in Riverside, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And I'll tell you a little bit of this is history right here because we actually recorded for the Flowers the
Mhm.
bass tracks in Riverside. I
Oh
forgot the
wow.
name of the studio. It's owned by the former guitar player that plays with Madonna. I forgot
Oh whoa.
his. But we laid down we actually played live, and we recorded the drums, and that's the drums we had on that album.
Oh no
It's
way.
so whenever I listen to that album, I remember those sessions in Riverside. I
in
had to
Riverside.
drive. I had to drive early in the morning from West LA to be there on time because I got to deal with. Oh, I got to deal with 91, man. That's
Oh,
the
you were taking a 91? Oh shit, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, that's the triple threat. It's the 91, the 10, right? And the 60.
yes,
I like taking the 60 just because it's a little nicer. You're right.
yes,
Because through the
yes,
10, you got to go through El Monte. And I'm like,
yes,
nah. I mean, I used to work in El Monte.
yeah.
I got PTSD. It's a thing.
Our bass player Ralph lives in El Monte, so
Oh, sorry, Ralph. Hopefully you could get out, brother. I wish you the best, man. I wish you the best. What's up, everybody? Want to jump in really quick to tell you about one of my favorite brands and my brothers over at Heavy Defender Merch. Heavy Defender Merch products are a must-have for any heavy metal fan. Their banners, pins, and apparel is made from high-quality materials that feature bold, eye-catching designs that are truly to capture the essence of the metal lifestyle. The shirts are comfortable and durable as hell, man. The hoodies are perfect for when you're leaving the whiskey and it's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, it's cold as shit. Heavy Defenders offers a great selection of products for any metalhead looking to represent their passion in freaking style. With unique designs and quality material, hey, check out HDM. Yeah. Okay.
uh,
So coming down Riverside, yeah, man.
yes.
Yeah.
So that album that you listen to, the drum tracks it's Riverside
It was
style,
down the
but
street from me.
down the
Yeah,
street,
yeah,
literally.
yeah.
So yeah. We'll talk afterward. We'll talk. Tell me about Kyle, Mr. Kyle.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. But I'm more. I want to talk more, a little bit more
Okay.
of, I mean, we're gonna play some shows. What's new with the band? I mean,
Ah,
do we have anything lined up? Because I would love to see you guys. I would love to
yes,
see you.
we do. We are working on 2022 2021 2022 right off the gate of a pandemic. We play as often wherever we can in greater LA area.
Hmm.
Basically we play a lot now. 2023 we kind of want to change things a little bit. So we're focusing more on hopefully playing outside of LA area. So there's there are two tours in the works right now,
Okay.
and one of them is we're pairing up with this San Antonio band uh out of Texas. Excellent band. I cannot. You know what? I'll share it with you. And regardless if the tour gonna happen or not, I really don't care because
Hmm.
these guys and girl need a shout out. They're excellent band. The name
Hmm.
of the band is Jesse Kill. Jesse
Jesse,
Kill. Jesse
just to,
Kill. It's
okay,
one word, Jesse Kill.
okay.
And excellent band. If you love Dio type of singing, but sung by a girl, and
Oh,
with the
eh,
guitar playing like Yngwie Malmsteen.
oh shit. Oh wow.
Yes,
Oh wow.
this is the band. So
Wow.
shout out to Jessica. Hopefully we can work things out in terms of scheduling and enjoying that tour. And then the other tour that we're working on right now is to finally be able to play to the Indonesian audience. So that's in the
Mm,
works. That's
that
in the
would that
works.
I wish you all the best with that, brother. I
Thank you,
really
bro.
do. Because I think that's a dream come true for you, right? Coming back home.
Yes, coming
You
back
know,
home,
the
it's kind of
roots.
like showing them that hey, there's this heavy metal band out in California, out in the US that waving the flag, sort of like representing, man. That's how it is, and
Yeah.
kind of like asking for their blessings that we're out here in the United States and carrying the name.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to do that. It's gonna be in uh, in Java and Bali. So we're looking forward to that.
Well, I mean, man, I hope it goes through, brother. I hope it goes
Thank
through.
you.
I wish you the best, man.
Thank you.
And I want to see some pictures, man. I got to see some pictures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nothing but
we're gonna do a couple of videos out there too.
there we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah. That's so funny, huh? Because as musicians, and when we play hometown, it's something.
It's different.
It's different. It's just different. I mean, I remember playing the whiskey and like going home that night just crying just because I was just so happy. I was like, dude,
Yes,
Hendrix was on that stage. Jim Morrison was on that stage. I'm like, I was on the same place where these legends were
absolutely.
at.
You cannot
Yeah,
take that for granted. REOG's
yeah,
very first show in 2007 was whiskey at the whiskey,
at the whiskey.
at the
Nice.
whiskey, and open up for Joey Belladonna when he was out of Anthrax.
Oh, no way. Oh, wow.
So that was the very first show we
Y-
did,
So you got to meet
2007.
him? Did you get to meet him?
We got to meet him.
Ah,
He's such a chill guy, you know.
is
He's
it?
he's he's such a chill guy.
Yeah,
Joey
man.
Belladonna, man.
He like when I see him in like the behind the scenes stuff, right? Or like the big four behind the scene documentary stuff.
Yes.
He reminds me so much of my uncle, man.
Oh, he's,
Like just like
he
just
looks
old
like
school.
everybody's uncle, isn't
He
he?
does. Someone said it. Someone fucking said it, dude.
It's
Yeah,
like, hey, what's going on? What's up? He really looked like everybody's uncle.
yeah,
Literally, when I met him first time, it's this is a let me tell you a quick funny
yeah,
story.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So we came to whiskey pretty early. This is when we didn't know that sound check never happens. So we we
Yeah.
came in early, like 4 p.m.
Mm,
and then we're waiting around, and then Joey's band is still setting up, right? And then we're standing around, and here comes Joey from the front door, and then I look at him in awe,
of course.
and he immediately locked into me.
Oh wow.
He locked into me, and then he said,
Yeah.
"Hey, brother," and I was like, "Is he talking to me?" And he said, "Hey, Sam, how it's been?" Oh,
Whoa.
I was like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I never met him, man. I
yeah.
never met him. So he came over. I was like, "Hey, Joey," what do I say? What do I say?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, 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 yeah.
after he said, "Hey, Sam, how's it going? How things are going?" I said, "Hey, Joey, what's up?" And I approached him, and he approached me. And then as he came closer, he realized I'm not the guy he thought I was.
Oh,
I
what?
could see in his face. I
Yeah,
could
yeah,
see in
yeah,
his
yeah, yeah,
face,
yeah,
like, wait
yeah,
a
yeah.
minute, this is not the same. And then he realized it, and he said, like, are you guys playing tonight? I said, yeah, we're playing tonight. Oh, uh, I thought you're Sam. I said, I am Sam,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
So you're Sam. He's like,
Yeah,
yeah, you're Sam. You're my
yeah,
Sam. You're gonna
yeah.
play. So, anyways, it's a stupid story I got, but it was my jaw was dropped. How
Eh,
come Joey knows my name? I
yeah,
never met him before.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I mean that's special, man. That's special. That's one of those things that's just like, man, like especially when you meet them, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because it shows how human they are, right? Like how
Yes.
how beautiful they are. They're just these cats that are
He's
just like
he's he's such a sweetheart, man. He's
I could
such a
imagine, man.
sweetheart.
I could imagine, dude.
I've I've
That I
I've
yeah.
I've met the rest of the band too
Oh, okay.
separately,
Yeah.
and they were unbelievably nice to me too. I
I
it
could
was it was it
yeah.
was crazy.
They look like really humble because I read or I don't want to say I read like I'm gonna sound smart and stuff, but I had Frankie Bello's book and I had it on,
Ah.
I was because he read it too. He does the voiceover for
Oh,
the
oh,
first
I
book.
see, I see, I see.
And and I'm just listening to him and I'm just like, oh my God, like I could connect with this guy. Like, oh my God. Like I feel the humbleness, you know what I mean? I feel
Yeah,
that love he has for not only just for the music, but just
yeah.
for as a man, like with his wife, his kid, the fact that he's just playing music, just so happy. I'm like, damn, dude, I wish I could get to that level. I'm trying to get to that level,
It's
you know?
it's I tell you my encounter with them. It was in Nam in one of the outside at the hotel. I think one of the Hiltons. It was so crowded, right? It was
Hmm.
among the crowds, and I could see Frankie. Actually, I can only see Frankie, and I said, and I approached him between the crowd, and I said, hey Frankie, I'm Sammy. I'm a huge fan. I came from Indonesia originally, but I've been fans of you guys for so long. I just said it like that,
Hmm.
and then he hugged me, and then here's the thing too, he hugged me, and then he turned around and he said, hold on, Sammy, and he said, hey Charlie, come here, Charlie, come here. This is crowded, okay, and he
Okay.
said, Charlie, come here, Scotty, come here. And then so both dudes came and they're like, hey, how's it going? and hey, I'm Charlie, hey, I'm Scotty, and then I know,
Yeah,
and
dude,
then
I know you're on my wall, dude. I know.
and then Frank
Yeah,
is like this and introduces me like I'm a long time friend. Like, this is Sammy. He's originally from Indonesia, but he lives here now, and he loves our stuff, and everybody's like, "Thank you, Sammy. We appreciate it," and just chatted it out. Like I'm like, you don't have to talk to me nice,
yeah,
even in
yeah,
my
yeah,
head, but
yeah, yeah,
but just for that 5 minutes, 7 minutes, I don't know how long, they just show how gracious they were
yeah,
to me.
yeah,
I'm a nobody, and then for Frankie to call these guys in the middle of whatever that they're doing in the
yeah,
crowd, that shows like, hey, listen, he just took his time to say whatever he needs to say, and I need you to appreciate too.
yeah,
It was mind boggling. My mind was a,
yeah.
I would
No, and
I
yeah,
it's
yeah.
amazing.
It gives you a different perspective on life, man. It really
Yes.
does. It really gives you like, yeah, yeah, these guys are just like legends and they're awesome. But not only that, but they're just like I said, the human aspect, man.
Yeah.
Just the fact that like hey, they're not because we've seen as one of my buddies that I interviewed, he likes to call them cock stars, right?
Uh-huh.
Some of the ones that are like, oh, okay, you cool, whatever, hey, I got to go to my green room and all. But the fact that hey, like, hey, cool, hey, look, you want to meet the rest of the band? Like that just alone makes the music that much sweeter. Yeah, and that
My
yeah.
mind was blown how gracious they were.
Yeah, yeah. I had the
So good.
same thing that happened with Dave Elson for Megadeth, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I ran into him at Nam and I was like, "Hey, I came to see you. I know you were doing a signing." And he's like, "Oh, it got canceled, man." I was like, "Fuck, I've been up since 4 in the morning to
Ah.
get to Anaheim." And
Uh-huh.
Anaheim, Nam,
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
Jesus Christ, it's like
Yes.
Lord of the Rings, dude. It's like, it's the bat, it's going to Helm's Deep. But when he was like, "Oh, you came for me?" I'm like, "Dude, yeah, dude, I have the Rust in Peace shirt, dude." Like you know what I mean? Like, and he's like, "Oh, he's like, hey, what do you want me to sign?" He's like, you know what? Let's take a picture together. I want to make sure that you got taken care of, man, and that you came for me and it got canceled. I was like, and I just hugged him and I was like, dude,
Yeah.
thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
And
I got
he's like,
chills.
yeah,
Yeah. That's how it
yeah,
is.
dude. That's
Be-
that's amazing, brother. I
I
appreciate you
mean,
sharing that with me, man.
I've seen and read stories about how some people are not nice,
Yeah,
but so far the idols that I talk to have been so gracious to me.
yeah.
So hopefully I don't meet those a
Yeah.
hole, but
Look,
you
but you know
never
what?
know.
I kind of, to be honest with you, I was talking with my buddies this. I was like, I hope I do one day. I hope one day I do because then it would make me appreciate the ones that were nice to me a
Yes,
little bit more. You know what I
yes,
mean?
yes.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I mean,
But
everybody could.
the thing
Yeah,
is this too. Sometimes these people met so many people, and they're busy.
of
So
course. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it was like I kind of understand why some
yeah,
people have that attitude, but
yeah,
when the stories keep going and going, people telling stories about how awful they are treating the fans, then
yeah, yeah.
that must be some truth to that.
Yeah,
That's how it is.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, I kind of had the same day I ran into Chuck Billy from Testament, and he
Uh-huh.
was he was checking in the hotel. I was like, "Fuck, this is what other time am I gonna run
Chuck
into Chuck Billy?"
Billy.
That motherfucker is tall too.
Yes.
I'm 6'3", 200 and some pounds,
Oh, dude.
and he's a big motherfucker.
He's
I was like, "Oh
towering,
shit,
huh?
he's towering," and I know I caught him at the wrong. I was like, "Look, Chuck, I'm so sorry, dude. I love you guys. Let me just get a picture, dude. I don't know when I'm ever gonna see you again." He's like, "Can we make it quick? I gotta run." And
Yeah.
I know he was busy,
Yeah.
but he was
Yeah.
he was nice enough, and his wife was like, "Hey, let me take the picture." And stuff. I was
I
like, all right, cool.
see.
You could see in the picture. Maybe I'll put it up on the video.
Nice.
Like he's got a straight face, and I'm just like. Like all happy, like a little kid, like just got like his first ice cream cone and shit. And he's
It's
just like,
Chuck Billy,
but he
man.
but he was serious. He's like, I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I'm Chuck Billy, I don't care. I'm like, I know
Yes,
you're
Chuck
busy,
Billy.
brother. I know. But he was
Practice
cool.
what you preach,
Exactly. Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah,
You
man. He
know?
was he was cool. He shook my hand. He's like, no, he's like, hey, I hope you have, have a great day and stuff. I was like, all right, all right. But you could tell he was kind of like busy. I was like, oh shit. When you said that, I was like, oh yeah, Chuck Billy. Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
but phenomenal guys, man. Phenomenal
Oh,
guys.
dude,
Yeah.
you and I can chat it out for hours
For
because
hours, brother. For hours.
with
Yeah, yeah.
Testament, I mean, that's that's the other big four for me.
No, no, no. See, to me, the real big four. Let's get before.
All right, let's do this. Let's
You
do
know,
it.
let's do it, man. Let's do it. People need to hear it, man. I don't care what anyone says.
Do it. Do
It
it.
needs to be reality. Look, the
Okay.
real big four. Okay, yeah, it's got to be Metallica. I agree. I agree. Metallica. As much as I joke on the Metallica, okay,
Mhm.
Megadeth, right?
Okay. Those are
Then
the two.
Testament. Then Testament.
Oh,
It has to be Testament. I don't
that's
care what anyone
that's
says.
that's my list too,
There
man.
we go. There we go. And then the fourth one has to be Overkill. It's Overkill.
Ah,
Has to be Overkill. And people were gonna say Exodus. I look. Don't get me wrong. Exodus is like the strongest number five, but something about Overkill, something about them, about the songwriting, something about how it hits me differently from Exodus. Not, I love Exodus. Don't get me wrong. I love Gary Holt. Gary, it's that guy's a beast. But
I couldn't go
Overkill.
into Exodus if I tell you the truth. I
Mm,
that's the one I
really,
couldn't get into. Exodus, I
really,
couldn't. Just the songwriting, maybe the combination between the early songwriting and the quality of the recordings
maybe.
and the
Uh,
singer too.
okay.
So, but I appreciate the riffage, the aggression, but I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
It's and with Overkill, my wife is a huge Overkill fan.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
So she's the one that putting it in my head. We actually went to an Overkill show the night before our wedding day.
Oh, no
So
way.
that's how much
That's true love,
we
brother.
love. That's how it is. She said, like, let's do Overkill the night before. I said, we're not gonna do a dinner with family. No, we're gonna do it before the day before the concert. We need to do the concert. I said, all right,
Nice,
let's do. That's
nice.
my girl.
There you go. That's what you're like. That's why I'm marrying you.
That's why.
Yeah. So what would be your what would your be big? What would be your big
So
four?
big
American big four. Because we
big
could
four.
I could do the rest,
Oh
but
yeah,
that big
and
four, yeah.
German needs to be mentioned too, right? The
Yeah.
Germans.
Yeah.
But for me, Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax is there for me,
Anthrax. Okay.
and then the and Pantera is
Pantera.
my
Okay.
big four.
Yeah. I should say
Those.
I don't say Pantera, but to me Pantera is just too different from them. You know
Uh
what I
huh.
mean? Because they're my for me of all time, not the big four, but of all time, it goes Sabbath, Pantera, Megadeth. That's my
Ah.
big three. You know what I mean? But for thrash, is kind of like we were talking about. Those big four are
Yes.
the big four. You
Yes.
know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
The what's Pantera? It's a cowboy from hell is so thrashy
Dude, that's yeah,
compared to. I mean, they refined the sound in the second album, but that first one is pretty much thrash metal,
yeah,
with Halford singing. That's how you know.
yeah.
So
When Phil was able to get that high.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
it's
When
it's
it's
all about that stuff. So
yeah, yeah.
those
Yeah,
those are
well,
my big four, and then there's a let's get into the German side of
yeah.
things.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Because I mean, okay. Because if we talk in Europe, not just Germany, but Europe,
Yes,
right? There's so many fantastic bands, especially.
so many,
I mean, it's funny because they love us and we
and
love
we love
them.
them back.
Yeah,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
and for the big four, I mean, okay, we got it. Creator, that's the first one.
yes,
Creator,
easy.
always, you know. And then we can go with fuck, Creator. Damn it! Oh my god! Now I want to say, are we talking like thrash? Or are we talking like? Are we talking
We're talking about heavy
in?
music
It's
overall.
just in
Heavy
overall.
music overall.
Okay. Creator, definitely. Behemoth. Behemoth has to be.
Oh,
Behemoth is just to
you're
me.
into Behemoth, huh?
I love Behemoth, dude.
I
Behemoth,
see.
Vader. No one talks about Vader anymore. Have you
Correct.
heard it? Yeah, Vader.
Yes.
And then fuck, I would have to say shit, probably In Flames, just because of Oh no, but fuck,
No.
I love At the Gates too. At the
Yes. You
god
don't
damn it, it's
because that's
hard,
the
dude.
original. That's why I stick with Germans for now. If
Yeah.
it's Germans for me, it's
Uh,
the Creator, Halloween,
Halloween, yeah.
Sodom, and Destruction is there, but there's a fourth one. I escape my mind right now. But uh, those are the three for me for
Yeah.
Germany. But for if we get into the the melodic death metal genre.
Hmm.
There's that At the Gates, In Flames, Arch Enemy, Dark Tranquility, and Soilwork.
Soilwork,
Soilwork.
yeah, they've been
Ah,
on the. They've been, dude. They've been, man. They've been overlooked way too much too, man. You
they
know,
got the songs, man. That's the
yeah.
thing with them. They got the
They
songs.
they got the hooks.
They
They
got
got
the
the hooks.
hooks.
But let me. I want to ask you,
Yes.
right, about Arch Enemy.
Okay.
Okay, the
All
little
right.
controversy. Okay,
Yes.
there's some talk here. Okay,
I know you're gonna say this once I
yeah,
mention Arch Enemy.
you
Okay,
right.
go
You saw
ahead.
my eyes go like, oh, I gotta
Yes.
ask him, right? With nothing against, I think Jeff Loomis is a beast. I love
Okay.
Nevermore. I think
Okay.
Nevermore was very important. Was one of the bands that
Nevermore is very important.
is super important. Nobody, everybody who's listening, these young cats, go listen to Nevermore. If you haven't, you're fucking up. You got
You got to
life
listen
lesson
to
from Sammy
Nevermore.
T and Mayhem. Go
Yes.
listen to them.
You have to listen to
You
Nevermore.
have to listen to them. And one thing that Arch Enemy has done since the begin, since early 2000s,
Mhm.
was fucking blow my mind. You know,
1996 they started, yeah, with
these-
Black Earth.
exactly. Then Wages of Sin came out, and then everything else started, making better and better and better. Chaos Legion was the one where like, uh-huh,
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking
I
about.
see. I know
When they
exactly. Okay.
when they came back with the new singer, I forgot
Yeah.
her name. Sorry. The
Lisa Glues
blue, the
something
one that's with
something.
Doyle. The
Yeah,
one that's with Doyle.
with
Yeah,
the blue hair
with the blue
Raven.
hair. Yeah. But I feel like it's not the same. It's
I
not the same.
I
It's not
think
it's not the
you
same, brother.
I
Talk to me.
I I I have a theory why that is, and I feel the
Tell me,
same.
tell me, tell me. I want to hear it.
This
I
is
love this
this is
talk.
okay because I love Arch Enemy songwriting. I love Michael Amott songwriting. I follow all his stuff from Carcass. That's how I find out about him from Carcass, and then I love his spiritual beggar stuff.
Yeah.
So so with Arch Enemy, when they got Alicia's something glues, man. Sorry, we we
yeah,
messed up your names.
yeah. At least,
Is
yeah.
this is what's missing with the new one? They go to a safe place. They not just go to a safe place, but they rely more and more on click tracks.
Mm,
So so
okay.
there is no for me rock and roll has to be in a way unsafe, and there become safe. Everything is on it's on a
Mm.
click, everybody's on a grid, and Jeff Loomis, I'm glad they got Jeff Loomis
Yeah,
because Arch Enemy deserved the best, and
yeah.
Jeff Loomis with Nevermore. Oh my gosh.
Go
It's
listen to it. They
oh,
have to go
go
listen
listen
to.
to it. If you
They
don't
have to.
never
They
you
have to.
have to.
It's,
Uh
yeah.
it there becomes so safe. I'm every time I go to the shows with the new lineup with
Mm,
it's it's like it's gonna be perfect like the CD. That's how
yeah,
it is.
yeah, yeah,
And I don't care much about that.
yeah, yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you because they're like, it's almost like a, as I like call it, the ACDC effect, right?
Uh-huh.
Like we write, they're comfortable with what they're writing,
Mhm.
right? They know the keys that they want to write in,
Mhm.
right? They know, right? And then they haven't branched out, right? Because I feel like every record that had Chris Amott on it, Chris Amott was the one like, no. We're doing something different, or we're the one
Yes.
changing it, I mean, again, we don't know behind closed
We
doors
don't
and
know
stuff.
behind the close.
But I
But
feel like,
you're right. But you're
yeah,
right because
yeah.
Chris Amott do a lot of uh songwriting because I don't think Jeff Loomis is included too much in songwriting, but
Mhm.
because Chris and Michael they grew up together, so Chris could say something that may make Michael thinks or whatever
Mhm.
and change things up. But I kind of agree with that. That
Yeah.
probably one of the factors too.
It could
Probably.
be. It could be. Yeah, because
Yeah.
when one of the, I don't know the recent one that came, I think the Will to Power, I think the one that just came out, the recent one
Mhm.
that had Jeff Loomis.
Yes.
And I was telling myself in my head, I'm like, okay, you guys got Jeff Loomis now. Okay, there's no fucking
Yeah.
excuse, like
This
you
is
guys,
Jeff Loomis' second album with them.
is it?
Yes, second.
It's like, okay, so I'm like, you guys
Yes.
got him now. There's no
Yes.
excuses.
No
And
excuses.
and I was listening. I'm like, I'm like, is it me? Like, I almost went to therapy for this, right? Because because I'm
Because I
like,
love
what's
Arch Enemy.
happening?
That's the thing.
Yeah, I love Nevermore. I love Arch Enemy, right?
Yep.
And the two best things of them
Two best
came,
things.
they came together.
Michael needs to let Jeff Loomis to
Let
put
her do
some
his
of
thing, huh?
let
Yeah,
do his
yeah,
thing and
yeah.
write
Take
some
some of the
stuff.
load. Yeah,
Write some
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
because Jeff Loomis in Nevermore.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
moly! Just
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
pummels,
he was
ferocious
almost in
riff.
Megadeth. He
So
was
awesome.
almost in Megadeth, dude. He
Almost
was.
this
It
close.
was. We almost had this reality where he was in Megadeth, and then Pantera almost didn't exist because Vinny and Dime were gonna go to Megadeth. Like he. Oh man.
I don't know if you watched this interview. There's this sit down. These three guys sit down and talk.
Mm.
Jeff Loomis, Michael Amott, and Marty Friedman in a room.
Mm.
So they talk because those three
Yeah.
got sort of connected one way or another, right?
Mhm.
Jeff Loomis was almost in Megadeth, and Arch Enemy covered uh, uh,
Symphony of Destruction.
Symphony of Destruction, and also uh, I know for sure Michael Amott look up so much it's for songwriting to Dave Mustaine.
Of course, yeah, yeah.
So
I feel now that you mentioned that, and kind of the perspective I've had with Jeff Loomis was him being the next Marty Freeman, right?
yes,
You know, kind of just coming the transition, like because Marty, to me, and everybody knows it too. Marty Freeman is my top, right? He's the king. He's the king because
yes,
he walked away from Megadeth. Like he's the only
yes,
man to walk away from Megadeth. Right, Tornado of Souls. I don't care what anyone says. That's the greatest metal solo of all
yes.
time, and still be successful and write music that is so beautiful, right? And he's a virtuoso of all
Yes.
things.
Now let me share you this. Obviously, you and I love uh, what do you call the Hangar 18 album again?
Oh, rest in peace.
Rust in Peace. I
Yeah.
keep
Oh yeah.
forgetting
No,
that.
yeah. I'm never gonna forget that album.
Because
Yeah.
the cover is Hangar 18.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know what I found out and blew my mind
What'd you
was
find out?
this. If you look up the release of the demos of of uh,
Rest in peace.
Rust in Peace, you know who plays lead guitar in that?
You know what? I should know this because I read the book. I read the
Yes,
book. The who
it's Chris Poland.
is Chris Poland, right? Before he
Yes.
got kicked out, right? Yeah.
Before so Chris Poland actually Chris Poland was their first guitar player. The second one was Jeff Young, and the third one was
I almost said
I
Jeff Beck, but that's not even close.
No, Jeff Young,
Yeah,
and then
Jeff Young. Yeah.
the third one, I think it was
No, it was Marty.
it was Marty.
Yeah, it was
Now
Marty.
now Dave actually brought Chris Poland on for demoing of all those songs that we
Yeah.
know from Rust in Peace,
Yeah.
and lots of the leads have the beginning of the leads by Chris Poland, and that's
Yeah.
the one that uh, Marty Friedman starting their leads. So if you
Yeah.
think about it, the influence of Poland influencing that album that we all love, and it's kind of like a combination of two minds:
Yeah.
the the fluid playing of Chris Poland being played by this virtuoso guy,
Yeah. 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 Throwing his
and
spin on it, of course.
yes,
Yeah.
throwing it spin,
Yeah.
and in a way, this is this is uh, this is really geeky stuff with with
Oh
all
yeah.
this stuff. In a
Oh yeah.
way,
We've gone off the deep end on Beyond the Heavy now. We got we're kicking out now.
it it reminiscing of
Yeah.
what happened with Metallica with the Kill 'Em All,
Mhm.
because Kill 'Em All songs obviously
Oh, Dave wrote him.
Dave Mustaine wrote them,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the lead start off with all the Dave Mustaine licks
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
Kirk Hammett end up playing. So
Yeah.
the instruction to Kirk Hammett was why don't you play going into the solo like how Dave played it, and you play however you want afterwards. That
Mhm.
is the same instruction to Marty
Marty.
approaching all those songs in Rust in Peace.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
So
nothing beats when because I listen to Tornado Souls. Like that was the one I was like, dude, I was like 18. 18
yes,
when oh, no, I'm sorry. 10. Oh no, I was 10 years old.
you're
I was
probably
10 years
10. Yeah,
old
yeah.
when I heard it, but the album came out the year I was born. And so
92.
no, it came out 89. Well,
No,
no, a year after. Yeah, yeah. I think it was like
so
88, 89.
Tornado of Souls is that came out from Countdown, right?
No. That's Rest in Peace. That's the seventh song. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
know.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
trust me, I know, dude. I just
yes. You know, you're right.
that
You're right.
album,
You're right.
that album to me is
You're
man.
right. You're right. You're right.
But
You're
when
right.
when my dad, because my dad was the one that showed me everything, brother.
I
My
see.
dad was a big influence on everything. My dad would put Sabbath on my mom's stomach, so I was listening to freaking
Wow.
metal before I was even in existence,
That
man.
is awesome. That is awesome, man.
But when he showed me, he's like, "Hey, check out these guys." He's like, "You like Metallica, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Check out Megadeth." I'm like,
It's
man,
like
no, I don't want to hear. Yeah, because I was all
next
Metallica.
level.
Yeah. I
Yes,
was like,
yes.
he's like, just shut up and listen. I was like, all right, all right. He put on Tornado Souls. I was like, oh wow, this is really good. He's like, and then I will never forget it. He leaned. We were in the car. It was a Toyota,
Uh,
like a 1992 Toyota, and he leans over and he goes like this, right before the solo starts, and I just hear Marty Freeman, and like I was taken to another universe,
yeah.
right? The same feeling I got when I heard Hendrix was the same feeling when I heard Marty Freeman. Cause I was like, holy shit, dude, what the fuck is this? And he's like, dude, he's like, that's Marty Freeman. I'm like, what planet is he from? Like,
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
yeah, man. So
That's how I
yeah,
feel first time I listened to that album too. It's so wild. Whatever I knew of Metallica was turned to 11 on everything
oh yeah,
in Rust in Peace.
yeah. No, that's why I always choose Metallic or
A
Megadeth
Megadeth
over
over. I
because
could see that.
yeah,
I could see that because
yeah.
it's always they they've always tried to push it even more with the songwriting.
Oh, well, he was
And
angry. He was angry.
he was really angry. And that album is, if you listen to Megadeth stuff, the one factor that Megadeth has that Metallica don't have is the jazz.
Mm, mhm.
Fusion is
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much in Megadeth music. It's
yeah.
just Metallica don't have that.
No, they don't.
Metallica don't have that.
They don't,
So
man.
so from the moment with Chris Poland is such a jazz player. If you listen to
Yeah.
his stuff, it's like it's just
Well,
so melodic.
him and Gars set the foundation. Him and Gars
Correct.
were because Gars was a jazz player,
Dig
right?
into there's a recording on YouTube. Their band is called New York. Uh,
That's right. Yeah. I
it, it
heard it. I
was
heard it.
it was it was a
Super jazzy.
jazz trio, super
Yeah,
jazzy. You wouldn't
yeah,
imagine these guys were in Megadeth first album, but
yeah, yeah.
super
No,
jazzy.
but I think how the universe played it, man, is just it was perfect that Marty and Nick came in and just take it to the another level. Nothing against
Mhm.
Chris Poland and Gars or anything, but the way the aggression came out and how the finesse came in with Nick, with with Nick Menza coming in. Nick
Yeah,
Menza is one of my favorite drummers of all time. And rest in peace and everything, but just
power,
power
so much
and
power,
solid,
solid.
and just does you watch him when they were playing at the Hammersmith Odeon, doesn't
Oh,
skip a beat.
that show I watch it in my sleep. That's how it
Yeah,
is.
wow,
I
brother.
watch it
Wow.
in my sleep.
Because it's
That
just beautiful, right? It's just
beautiful.
oh man, that's
They're
perfection.
running on perfection. That is the word. Perfection.
There's three performance. We'll end it on this. We're geeking out too much.
Yes.
We'll end it on this.
Okay.
We'll end it on this. We'll end it on this. To me, okay, the three top performances I've ever seen in my life, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Video, I wasn't there.
Video,
It doesn't
whatever.
matter. Is when Sabbath played in 1970 when they first
Mhm.
when the first album came out and Paranoid came out when they were playing. I don't know where they were at, but they
Mhm.
were in this little ballroom and they have nothing but footage of that. And then when they were
Uh-huh.
playing War Pigs and they're just like even Bill's like blast beating, man, and I was like, this is it, that one, okay.
I'm
And
gonna
then
go back to that one.
yeah, and then the Megadeth one, the one we were just talking about, the
Hammersmith.
Hammersmith, and then the third one is when Pantera played in the Monsters of Rock in Russia, in Moscow,
Oh.
and they went into
Oh.
domination and then just destroyed all of Russia. Yeah.
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 Yes.
Yeah. Mentionable
So,
notices are that, when Hendrix was Band of Gypsies. That's a you know
oh yes.
that's a good number four. But those are the three metal. Just that's the three.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what did
Check
it for
out
me.
check out Hendrix video when he plays Hawaii. I think
Oh, I
that's
saw.
yes.
Yeah. Anything Hendrix, I'm
So
there, dude.
good.
Anything. There's I
So
don't you
good.
can't see because of my background, but I have a Hendrix poster right
Hendrix in the
behind
back.
me. Yeah. 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 But what about you? We'll end it with that. What's your top three? Top three
Top
performances.
top three of video or whatever in person. So my number one is probably uh uh Metallica live in Seattle from the Binge and Purge.
Okay. Okay. Oh, is that the one when
Oh
they're walking in the middle? Like they
no
have that
no
big. No, no.
no!
Oh, no,
This is
which
the
one's that
one.
one?
This is the Justice for All when those pillars came down. This
Oh, that
1989. Yeah,
one.
Seattle.
And it was
Lives in
jam
Seattle.
packed, right?
Jam packed and people just going crazy.
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah, yeah.
going crazy. I mean, this
Even the
is
people in the
like
Raptors, yeah.
arena.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so that's my number one.
Okay.
Uh Number two, I have to go with. I went to Woodstock '99
Oh,
in
you were
person.
there.
So I
You
was
went to
there.
where?
I was
Whoa.
there, and I
And you
stuck.
survived.
I survived, the reason I survive because I insist on seeing Megadeth set, and
Ah.
their set is on the smaller stage.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, the other stage, Red Hot Chili Peppers were playing, and that's
Mm.
when they play Fire and people start blowing things up.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
on
yeah.
the other stage. It's like I'm looking. I remember watching Megadeth, and I start hearing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Oh
And I'm like,
shit.
I'm staying here.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
so
Man.
so that's my number two. Number three, I would say uh going back and closing this one
Yeah.
out with Pantera live in Dallas
In
when
Dallas, when you
they
saw him, when you saw him,
yes when
yeah,
I saw
yeah,
it, that was
yeah.
actually Ozfest 2001.
Oh wow. Okay.
The
Okay.
place was in an amphitheater, and they played before Ozzy, and literally the place was almost empty
Yeah. Oh damn.
when
Oh.
Ozzy plays, because this
Oh
is
wow.
Ozzy without Zach
Wow.
Wild too. This is Ozzy with
With who
something
uh
Holmes,
okay,
badass
with
guitar player.
yeah.
But
He
it's
always he knew who to get. He knew who to get.
yes,
Yeah, he knew who
the
to
guy
get.
can play. The guy
The
can
guy,
play. But
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
so
yeah, man. Those are your top three. That's good. That's a
yes,
good top three, man. That's a good top
that's
three.
yes.
Sammy T, brother. I mean, we could geek out another
Hey,
freaking hour, but
after recording stops, I wanna ask you something and then tell you something. This
yeah,
has
yeah,
been
yeah, yeah,
good.
for sure, for sure. But you know what? But I mean, to close it out, brother. I mean, where can they find you? Where can they do this stuff? Where do the plugs, man. Let's talk about the
All
band.
right. So if to find the band, REOG, REOGmusic.com. And you can go in Instagram, REOG Music, Facebook, uh, Twitter, all that good stuff. REOGmusic.com.
Okay. Okay. There we go, man. There's the plugs. There's where it is, man. I can't wait to hear the new stuff, man.
Yes.
And we'll go from there, man. But Sammy T, thank you, brother. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time,
you.
dude. Thank you for geeking out with me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know how long we've talked, and I mean, it doesn't feel that long at all because
uh
this is
we're at an hour and 23, so we're good. So go. Hey, season two hitting hard already, man. You setting the
dude.
standard.
Yes.